50 Cent, renowned for his unapologetic truth-telling and exposing figures in the rap game and beyond, fearlessly did it again, and this time, it hit hard. He unleashed a storm, revealing not just Diddy's notorious freak-off sessions, but added more names into the mix. To everyone's shock, high on the list is the esteemed preacher Thomas Dexter Jakes, better known as T.D. Jakes. 50 Cent, in his typical no-holds-barred style, aimed to unveil the unsavory aspects of TD's life hidden from public view. Trust me, you'll want to hear this. 50 Cent's recent comments suggest TD was more than just a casual attendee at Puff's infamous parties. Imagine that the revered minister, supposedly the moral compass, caught up in the wildest of gatherings. Don't dismiss this as mere hearsay. These revelations are circling social media, with TikTok and Twitter's amateur sleuths piecing together the narrative, suggesting there's more than a grain of truth in it. T.D. Jakes, it seems, was a distinguished guest at Puff's high-profile, not your average parties think next level, the kind that raise more than just eyebrows. The gossip even goes as far as questioning the minister's sexuality. And this isn't just idle social media chatter. Gene Deal, previously Diddy's security man, has been vocal about TD's involvement. Been to those parties, right? Absolutely. I've seen it all at those white parties in the Hamptons. It used to be more discreet, but now? It's all out in the open. Gene used to see TD as a saint amidst sinners, but his presence at Diddy's infamous parties, known for their uninhibited nature, casts a long shadow on that image. Gene thought, perhaps naively, that TD's presence at these gatherings was to bring people back to the straight and narrow. But it became clear that wasn't the case. How many times can you attend such parties before realizing redemption is a lost cause? The online world is abuzz, ready to believe the worst, pointing fingers at TD. Why would TD lie about something so blatant? They ask. And it raises a valid question: why would a man of faith be caught up in such scenarios, whether for pleasure or business? The consensus online is strong: a bishop has no place in such environments. With 50 Cent now shedding light on these events, the pieces start to look uncomfortably coherent. Puffy, already infamous for his wild lifestyle, might have been more than just a bad influence. Gene's revelations suggest TD's involvement paints a negative picture not just for himself, but for Christian leaders as a whole. He's been contradicting essential Christian doctrines for years, someone pointed out, showing that perhaps these rumors aren't too far-fetched. And while Gene might be the messenger, it's the message itself that's setting the internet ablaze. The voice note's reference to young boys, specifically those aged 10 and older, casts a deeply troubling shadow over the entire saga. It echoes eerily with the known narratives surrounding Puffy and his grooming allegations. Could it be that TD picked up such behaviors from his time with Diddy? While those children were powerless to act, others are stepping forward, refusing to be silenced. Among them is Manasseh, a voice among many, declaring boldly that 2024 is the year of unveiling truths. This is the time when hidden deeds come to light, and the powerful can no longer mute the voices they've wronged, he asserts. Manasseh's journey through the spiritual landscape hasn't been without its trials. Once under Bishop T.D. Jakes' wing, he found himself grappling with manipulative tactics and overbearing grooming. The situation reached a point where Manasseh had to confront the bishop, voicing his unease about the handling of their relationship. His path also intersected with other spiritual leaders, the path to reconciliation with his father, Bernard E. Jordan, and the mentorship under Prophet Harov, culminating in guidance from Benny Hinn. It's crucial to acknowledge the complex dynamics that evolved when Manasseh sought refuge and guidance from Bishop T.D. Jakes during his media tribulations. This mentorship morphed into something more unsettling, with Bishop Jakes exhibiting behaviors that raised eyebrows. He insisted on being addressed as Daddy by Manasseh, an unusual demand given their professional relationship. His intrusion into Manasseh's private life, probing into his personal preferences and attractions, crossed boundaries of propriety. The issue here isn't about attraction per se, but rather the way the bishop approached these matters, leading many to speculate about the influence of Puff's company on him, or perhaps the reverse. This revelation has deeply affected Bishop Jordan and his family, confronting them with a harsh reality they were unprepared for. Yet, amidst this turmoil, the family stands strong, offering unwavering support to Manasseh as he navigates these challenging waters. People are watching, waiting to see how this complex web of relationships and accusations will ultimately unravel. Whispers in the crowd suggest that T.D. Jakes' silence on his involvement with Puff mirrors a pattern seen before. An ex-user noted T.D. Jakes' reaction to the Diddy debacle during his Sunday sermon echoes Bishop Eddie Long's demeanor post-media frenzy. His emotional response in the sermon hinted at his turmoil, aligning eerily with prophetic warnings. This stirred further agitation among observers, especially as he seemingly acknowledged these claims on television, suggesting a simple plea for divine forgiveness would absolve him. Online, the comparison to O.J. Simpson's infamous "if I had done it" remark was inevitable, pointing to a perceived lack of genuine accountability. Puffy's historical grooming of figures like Usher and Justin Bieber makes the allegations against the pastor seem less implausible. It's as if T.D. Jakes had taken a leaf out of Puffy's book, adopting similar tactics post their interactions. Diddy's past actions have already cast a long shadow, with recent revelations only deepening the suspicion. 50 Cent's perspective aligns with this suspicion. His remarks about Diddy's behavior fruit pile, "Trust me, see weird like that out there for no reason," suggest a belief in Diddy's culpability in fostering inappropriate behaviors. The case of Cassie, who became entangled with Diddy at just 19, is particularly harrowing. Her allegations paint a portrait of a man wielding his power to control and abuse. According to her claims, the abuse ranged from providing drugs to physical harm and coercing her into unspeakable acts, all meticulously recorded. The 2018 lawsuit adds a darker layer, alleging a forced entry and sexual assault. Cassie's experience since signing with Diddy's label was one of increasing domination. Her living situation, mobility, appearance, and even health records were under Diddy's stringent control. This control purportedly extended to Cassie's relationships, influencing her involvement with rapper Kid Psy. These revelations raise crucial questions about the extent of Diddy's influence and the impact of his actions on those around him. The unfolding drama seems to suggest a pattern of behavior that, while shocking, is becoming increasingly difficult to dismiss as mere coincidence or unfounded rumor. Cassie's tumultuous relationship with Puff, particularly during the time she briefly dated Kid Psy in 2011, casts a dark shadow over her experience with the hip-hop mogul. In the legal declarations, Cassie presents a chilling depiction of Puff, her former label boss and lover, painting him as the epitome of an abuser. She recounts a relationship that started under the guise of a protective, paternal bond but quickly devolved into an oppressive and violent sexual dynamic. The alleged manipulation involved a range of intimidation tactics, from vehicular vandalism to a harrowing incident involving a friend and a 17th floor balcony, and even pressuring her to carry a firearm. Paralyzed by fear of retaliation, Cassie felt cornered, unable to seek police intervention, fearing it would only escalate the harm from Puff, who vehemently denies these accusations. But the ordeal doesn't end there. Puff's employees, despite being witnesses to the abuse, were reportedly too intimidated to confront their formidable employer. Cassie's reluctance to involve law enforcement stemmed from a deep-seated fear that it would only exacerbate her situation. A particularly horrific account from 2009 describes Puff subjecting Cassie to a brutal physical attack, culminating in her seclusion in a hotel room to hide the aftermath. The legal documentation suggests a disturbing pattern where Puff's influence continually thwarted Cassie's attempts to break free, with implications that her career would suffer if she distanced herself from him. This pattern of controversy is not new to Puff. The mysterious circumstances surrounding the death of Kim Porter, his ex-girlfriend, have recently resurfaced with alarming allegations from his former bodyguard, Gene Deal. Gene hints at Kim's intentions to expose Puff's dark secrets in a tell-all book and alleges that Puff inflicted both physical and emotional abuse on her. Kim's death, officially attributed to pneumonia complications, is now shrouded in doubt and speculation, leading to calls for re-examining the case. Moreover, Puff faces additional severe allegations. A resurfaced 2019 interview with Virginia V., another ex-girlfriend, reveals her harrowing account of physical abuse at his hands. She accuses Puff of extreme violence, including stomach-stomping, punches, and coercing her into considering an abortion. Virginia V's depiction of the abuse encompasses not just the physical but extends to mental and emotional trauma. Her vivid description serves as a stark reminder of the alleged horrors that transpired behind closed doors in Puff's world. Virginia V's statement casts a disturbing light on the dynamics surrounding Combs. She highlighted his tendency to pit her against another ex-girlfriend, Cassie, painting Cassie as the antagonist in his narrative. Yet, the unsettling truth is that these women's experiences are not isolated incidents. Young Miami, of the City Girls duo, recently shared her struggles, hinting at a mental breakdown and a need for a hiatus from social media and work. While fans speculated a connection to her rumored past with Diddy, Young Miami attributed her distress to personal issues. However, emerging reports suggest that Diddy's reduced financial support, following severe allegations by a former employee, might have impacted Young Miami adversely. Her previously lavish lifestyle, reportedly funded by Diddy, faced a sudden downturn, leading to a termination of their relationship. Insiders claim Young Miami felt used and let down by Diddy, who failed to keep his promises, ultimately affecting her career prospects due to his legal woes and the surrounding negative public perception. But Diddy's controversial interactions extend beyond women. Recently, on The Breakfast Club, Diddy challenged anyone claiming financial dues to present proof, promising swift payment to rectify any accounting problems. This declaration prompted a response from Maze, a prominent artist from Bad Boy Records, who has long accused Diddy of withholding royalties. Maze's retort implied that evidence of these financial discrepancies could be located at the residence of Diddy's mother, Janice Combs, suggesting exploitation on Diddy's part. Diddy's complicated relationships aren't limited to business dealings. His turbulent history with 50 Cent is well documented, marked by public confrontations and private disputes. A notable flashpoint in their feud was 50 Cent's accusation of Diddy's unauthorized use of his music, leading to a prolonged battle filled with verbal confrontations and legal wrangling. The animosity reached its zenith at the 2007 BET Awards, where a backstage confrontation between the two was reported, further fueling their long-standing rivalry. This summer, 50 Cent escalated the feud, openly questioning Diddy's sexuality on social media, sparking debate and controversy. With provocative posts and captions, 50 Cent insinuated that Diddy might be hiding his true identity, reinforcing his determination to reveal what he perceives as the truth. We invite your thoughts on these revelations. Comment below with your opinions. If you find this video intriguing, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the latest updates. Each week, I delve into the enigmatic world of celebrities, bringing to light the hidden truths of your favorite stars.